Hello, welcome to Family Therapy Podcast. My name is George Chacha. The episode is entitled Ladies Only. The episode is entitled Ladies Only. Lady, it's possible that you have reached that point in your marriage where you feel like it is not worth it. You have reached that point in your marriage where you feel it's like you changed your place of residence from point A to point B, with B now even seeming to be worse than the point where you lived. Lady, you have reached that point in your marriage where you are too lonely despite you living with a partner. You have reached that point in your marriage where you wish that maybe you hadn't gotten into this relationship. This episode is for you. You have reached that point in time in your marriage where you regret, where you start even contemplating looking at the menu despite the fact that what you had ordered for came long time ago. You have reached that point in time where you feel like the food you ordered in your marriage is stale and it's growing worse and worse by the day. Then this episode is for you. If this is your first time to join Family Therapy Podcast, I request you to click the like button, subscribe, and even click the bell so that you may get every update that I release in the quest to building stronger families characterized with love and peace, stronger families that can amicably resolve marital conflict without violence, without much a conflict. If this is your first time you are joining the Family Therapy Podcast, I welcome you to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. My name is George Chacha, a holder of Professional Development Certificate in Counseling, Peace Building and Conflict Mitigation from Chulalongkorn University in Bangkok, Thailand. I also stand out as a public speaker, a motivational speaker to young people, families, and on a wide range of topics. This episode, entitled Ladies Only, seeks to kind of tame the anger and guide the decision. In every situation in marriage, there will always be a solution. If once upon a time this marriage had a reference point, and that reference point was hot love, and that reference point was strong love, a relationship characterized by intense love, passion, intimacy, and all that goes along with the perfect marriage, then this episode seeks to restore the lost glory in your marriage. I speak as someone who saw my marriage drift into the depth of the ocean, and helplessly I did nothing or did far too little. Don't walk the road that others have gone. We live because our patriarchs lived and walked the paths that we seek to walk. Don't break your relationship because this episode on Ladies Only seeks just to bring out that option. You have reached that point whereby your intimacy has gone so low, to the extent that your partner, and in this case, of course, your male partner, will keep himself busy, not because he's busy, but keeping himself busy to a point when he assumes or thinks or even imagines that you are deep asleep, and that's when he tiptoes to bed, sleeping at the farthest end of the bed, so quietly, so silently that you don't hear, because he knows that there is something that is traumatizing him. You have reached that point where your husband will either be watching some program on TV or on YouTube, where your husband will be working late into the night, not because what he's doing is necessary, but because going to bed late when you are fast asleep is necessary. You have reached that point whereby you being in bed with your husband thinking or assuming that you are fast asleep, little does he know that you are fully awake, because the component or factor to make you sleep lies with your husband. This episode is for you. Lady, there is a possibility that your husband could be having a genuine problem, or there is a possibility that you yourself could be having a genuine problem too. It calls for wisdom. It calls for dialogue and in-depth communication for the two partners to identify exactly where the problem is. There are instances when a man, maybe your partner, has come into bed, realizes that it is too long since the two of you did what you're supposed to do as husband and wife, and for some reasons it's 3 weeks down the line, 1 month down the line, maybe even 2 months down the line, you have not done what you're supposed to do. It is agonizing, it is frustrating, it is just painful. It leaves both parties drained, frustrated, at the verge of depression, and even cracking up. Friend, we can arrest this situation with very positive results. The worst point is that as much as the man tries to run away from his obligation, from his responsibility, as long as the man tries to kind of fail to serve this matrimonial sacrament to the wife, the worst thing is that he does not bother to sit and explain the reason why there is only what he can offer. He has never sat down to think what could be the problem, even to try and explain. The first day he may give an excuse, maybe he's tired, maybe he has a headache, maybe he has this kind of a problem. But for how long? What goes around comes around. Like they say in Kiswahili, njia ya muongo ni fupi. In other words, the path for a liar is short and comes to a close within a short distance. You can lie for 2 days, or he can lie for 2 days, maybe 5 days, but he cannot lie for more than 1 week. Something must be amiss. And this is where kind of a very sober, honest dialogue is required between the spouses. And it's important for the man to explain whatever is going through his mind, politely, with utmost respect, compassion and sympathy. And it is also almost kind of a necessity that the wife should take each and every explanation as given by the wife with understanding, with compassion, and seek the best way around this difficult bend. Lady, there will be that moment when your partner has fully charged, is like he's ready to serve the matrimonial sacrament, and immediately he lifts his sacrament ready to offer it, and all of a sudden hell breaks loose, such that the engine just ceases, and the man is left with no option but to roll off. It is both traumatizing to the husband and to the wife. And the worst that, lady, you can do is to look at him and tell him, tell me, where did you have it? Who did you serve this sacrament before you came to me? I know this is what normally happens in many marriages. This is the automatic defense, the automatic response, yet it has far-reaching effect on the man, to the extent that that statement of thundering from the wife, that statement of blame from the wife, that statement of insensitivity from the wife will put off the engine for the rest of the year, if not for the rest of the years. The best way to handle this situation, oh lady, look at your partner, give him a kiss and a tight embrace, and tell him, my husband, it shall be well. Work up your way through your marriage. Navigate. Try to do and recollect and even take your minds back to that point in time when everything was colored. Bring back the memories and reignite. It may have failed because of maybe the day's stressful life, maybe because the husband might have been disappointed at work, might have been disappointed one way or the other, and all these things contribute to so much in someone's mental stability, such that by the time he is coming to bed, he is a man less one significant component that highly depends on the mental and emotional state of the man. What do I suggest? Sit, discuss, and talk about it. Lady, don't be harsh. Your partner has a problem. Your partner needs you more than ever. Don't be so angry to the extent that you get up, put on your trouser, put on your stockings and all those other clothing, and then go to sleep on the couch in the sitting room, or even walking to the opposite bedroom, or even to the children's or the house help's bedroom. That is the most tragic thing that you can do, and it is the biggest stigma that you can put into the mind of your husband for the rest of your life together as partners. I repeat, handle the problem with compassion, with love and understanding. Round 1 may have failed, but round 2 could be the round that will burn and consume the entire forest, leaving no vegetation standing. Take heart. It is possible, and you can make that difference. Otherwise, if you have liked this presentation, Don't hesitate to click the like button, click the subscribe button, and even the bell button. Get periodic updates from this channel of Family Therapy Podcast. In the next episode, I will be talking about the engine of the partner that doesn't run. The engine of the partner that does not run in the house, yet runs out there. Don't miss that episode, because it will be men's only episode. Yet we all belong to that system whereby we need each other. Let's build strong family ties. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I appreciate you. I appreciate your comment. To those who keep on writing, putting in your comments, they give me strength. They give me the ability and the zeal just to move on. Thank you so much, and thank you again.